Hey, we're back for the second half. Thanks for joining us, guys. Thank you to everybody that followed and subscribed during the break. You guys are awesome. What happens next is during that week while we're waiting for everyone to be able to get out of bed, except Bandito,
and Sarge.
they wheelchair everybody into the command briefing room on the dropship, where you guys see like 20 new people who you haven't seen before. All of the new Marines, some of the new technical staff. Not all of you have met both of the doctors, Rapier, and the new mech pilot that you now have. The dropship is crowded as fuck. You basically are at double capacity in terms of both personnel and vehicles on board the dropship. It's now holding 6 mechs when it's only supposed to have 4. There's too many vehicles. The air conditioning keeps breaking down, which is really bad in space. So they're working on dry docking the ship right now.
Wait, we're not still at the resort? We left?
No, you're at the resort, but they're like pulling a gantry up beside the ship in order to like pull the guts out and repair it. Because the ship isn't used to taking short atmospheric hops over and over again.
I mean, I was gonna have a conversation about whether or not we should just like execute this guy and take his mech.
Okay, let's do that first then. You're in the hospital. You could barely sit up and read. Who's at this meeting?
No, I just go to.
Oh no, you're good. You're good. Right.
I just go to the lieutenant's bed and I'm like, so Wolfhound, who you want, or what are your thoughts there, sir?
Well, I think it would depend on his circumstances. You know, if he is doing this just to save his own skin, then we might not be able to trust him. But if he was willing to come over to our side, we might be worth a chance.
I feel like Sarge would just be like, all right, because either way, it's totally fine with me. Like,
yeah, I think he's asking you because you're the one who hates pirates.
I'm as willing to kill him as I am to let him live.
It is indeed. He is
true.
A pirate.
I do hate pirates. He is a pirate.
But consider it this: in the old days, they give people a chance to either go to prison or serve military time, depending on how long he's been a pirate.
Well, basically, if he works out, then he works out. And if he proves himself to be one of us, then that's all well and good. But if he proves himself to be a pirate, then we'll just have to kill him.
Just let me know anytime, boss.
Just
Thank
need
you,
somebody to
Sergeant. I
keep an
appreciate it.
eye on him, really.
I think that's it. That's all. That's as extensive as that conversation has to be.
All right. So we're back at the command level briefing where everybody is waiting to hear what's going on right now.
I feel like I roll the lieutenant in a wheelchair, and Bandito rolls the doctor in a wheelchair.
No,
Maybe he's just glad that it's not him for a change.
No, the doctor's somewhat too proud to be rolled in. He rolls himself in.
All right.
All right, it's fine.
Roll strength test.
So Captain Crow begins going over honors for everybody that died during the battle. 2 members of the infantry squad, both corporals, were killed.
Oh, I'm not the lieutenant, huh? Damn. Is it Milner? Is that his name?
Several assistant techs who were contractors from the local spaceport got injured. There are over 20 people from the unit who were wounded during the attack, including one person on the dropship who wasn't secure when it lifted off.
Idiot.
Sounds right.
And then he introduces all of the new members of the unit, including the 12 Marines, 2 new petty officers, Voidwalker, 6 flight staff, and the new pilot, Flight Officer Melissa Acheron, callsign Prince, and a man only known as Rapier Jeeves, the new Pathfinder for the unit.
Brilliant.
Rapier Jeeves.
The meeting concludes with a reminder from First Lieutenant Crystal Loth that call signs must be used during combat, and that using your own name as a call sign is not an appropriate. And as she's saying this, she's looking directly at Second Lieutenant Rex Mueller, the infantry lieutenant. She's like, Your last name is not your call sign, just to be clear. That is not secure military protocol, and we're professionals.
The doctor's just shifty-eyed at the moment because no one's catched on.
I mean, not everybody speaks German, so...
Yeah.
As the unit breaks up, there's this moment where the doctors kind of hang back and start taking all the patients away. And Heavy 7, you end up alone with the new pilot, the flight officer, Acheron. She looks like she might be 17, but she probably it was probably her birthday yesterday at best.
Call sign Nile.
She's just like, so my boss tells me that I'm supposed to hate you.
Wait, who's her boss?
The captain of the ship, First Lieutenant Crystal Loft.
I thought she would work for Harridan, right? If she's in the Mechwarrior lands.
She's not. She's the pilot of the dropship.
Oh, she's a new.
She's the officer of the day for the dropship.
Who's the new mech pilot? We didn't meet him.
Oh no, you haven't met him
or
yet.
her, or whoever they are. Okay. I was confused. All right.
No. This is the flight officer and officer of the day for the ship.
Oh, okay. All right. She says she's supposed to hate me.
Do you laugh? It sounds like you're laughing.
Yeah, I guess I just laugh.
She's just like, yeah, that's what I thought, Gramps. Maybe we'll be best friends.
Oh shit! Oh.
I mean, let's be clear. If you fought in 39, that means you are technically old enough to be her father, but just barely.
Easily.
Yeah.
No, I feel like I'm probably double fisting beers. And I just hand her one. I'm like, I like your moxie.
She's like, I'm not old enough to drink this in any of the 5.
Well, just
she just starts drinking. She's like saying that, but she's still starting to drink it.
I just might allow you to stand near me.
Oh, well, that's mighty kind of you.
You're welcome.
She
Don't
points.
mention it.
She points to her warrant officer commission on her shoulder bars and is just like, I'm so glad that you'll let me stand near you, Staff Sergeant.
Look, don't get so chummy. All right, we just met.
All right. Well.
Brilliant.
I feel like he's good. He just turns and walks off.
You're like 17. All right.
She turns to Bandito and is like, yep.
Oh,
I lean towards her and I'm like, stay away from that one.
But I heard he was gay.
And that's
right at that moment, a couple of Russians go walking by.
She waves to them. I'm like, hey, what's up, guys?
It's not true at all.
That's when I make my exit. I just make my exit hysterically laughing all the way out the room.
She holds out a hand for you to shake, Bandito, and it's like, Flight Officer Acheron.
Mech pilot Bandito.
I think you're a sergeant, looking by those things on your uniform right there.
I am indeed a sergeant.
Well, you don't need to call yourself a pilot. I'm the only pilot here.
Okay. Bandito things long.
Listen, it sounds like people are putting you
14-year-old.
through a hazing ritual, but I heard you're pretty hot sticks, so...
I mean, 6 mech kills.
Oh, that's
He's
real
so
impressive.
Proud of that
Oh
fact.
my god. He just introduces himself when he shakes people's hands. He's like, hello, I'm 6 mech kills.
Yeah, she rolls her eyes and is just
Bandito,
like...
6 mech kills. How are you doing?
Yeah.
She's
I'm
just
not
like,
dead
yeah.
yet. That's the main thing. All right.
So I heard that you were trouble, and now I'm getting the idea that maybe you really are trouble.
Sure. I don't know who's been telling you that I'm trouble. Has it been everybody? It's been everybody.
Pretty much everybody.
That's what I thought. I haven't even done shit.
Didn't you kill at least 6 people? That's what I heard from you
Enemy
several seconds
mechs.
ago.
Yes.
I feel like Sarge and the lieutenant have killed way more people. Like when they rolled their mechs up on that like cabin in the woods and fucking murdered
Just
like
unloaded.
dozens of people. They have way more blood on their hands than like anyone else on the ship.
All pirates.
It's like flashback to missiles just streaking up in the air and then coming straight down on a building.
Yeah. Just a crab doing like a little dance, like on above like groups of people.
Wow, I feel like we're definitely breaking the new Twitch terms of service here. Dial it back just a little bit.
You know
They're
what?
fictional people.
Nice to meet you. Glad to have you on board. I'm gonna go try to figure out the new job they gave me.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm gonna figure out the new job as well.
You have fun, madam.
Just call me man.
Adam.
Back,
Just walk away.
just call me flight officer or prince. Prince works
walking away.
fine.
Just walking away, thinking about the two 14-year-olds he's murdered in the first mission.
Heavy 7 is you're heading away. You find yourself in a close quarters hallway with the Wolfhound pilot. He's a young man, probably in his early 20s at best. Dark hair, very greasy. Doesn't look like he's bathed anytime recently. Definitely looks like he's seen the harder side of life. A lot of scars.
Is he played by Adam Driver?
No, he'd probably be played by Adam Driver's fucked up cousin who got stabbed like 4 times.
Okay.
He holds out a hand to shake yours and says, Corporal Crossroads,
I'll shake his hand.
I want to thank you for not shooting me in the back there.
Well, you don't have to thank me. You just happen to be worth more alive than dead at that particular moment in time. I'm sure you understand.
Are you sure? Because I'm pretty sure my Wolfhound's worth more than me.
It was a package deal in that particular situation. So,
Okay, so you're like a little bit of a sociopath then.
well, you were just in the right place at the right time. I mean,
Okay, well, I thought I was out of the pirate game, but looks like I'm still in it then. All right.
oh no, you're out of the pirate game. Don't go making me think you're not out of the pirate game, because that would be exceptionally bad for you.
He's just like, so you're...
Immediate flashback if he proves himself to still be a
Yeah.
pilot.
He's just like, so you're threatening to kill me if I don't follow your orders, so it's
Just listen.
still the pirate game.
Just listen, young fella. Okay. How many mercenary operations have you ever been a part of?
0.
Okay. We're not pirates. We work for legitimate paydays, but at the same time, money talks. So the bottom line is the bottom line. And if at any point you come between this unit and the bottom line, then one of two things happen. You either get in line behind everybody else or you get stepped on. And you were smart enough, and kudos to you for being smart enough to get in line with everybody else. So I think you found yourself in a good situation, in a good place. In fact, I think the day worked out as good as it could have possibly worked out for you. So I'm excited to see what you have to offer this unit in the future. I would cartel any talk of piracy from here on out, because there are a lot of eyes on you. And as long as you keep your head down and do your job, you'll be cut a piece of the pie just like everybody else.
He just stares at you oddly as there's like red color coming to his face.
Is there confusion?
Nope. Seems like you laid things out pretty well.
Okay. This can be a good, healthy environment. We're not out to screw anybody, but we're out to do our jobs. And at the time that we met, you were on the other side of the line for us doing our jobs. And you made a decision that put you on the same side. So as long as you're on the same side, as long as the same goes for me, goes for any of the other people in the outfit. As long as you stay on the right side of the line, you're just as safe as I am. You just need to stay on the right side of the line.
So he's starting to like glance around. You can tell he's not invested in this conversation and wants to get out as quickly as possible.
I give him I give him like the run along hand gesture.
All right. He just is like, yes, sir. And turns and heads toward the mech bay.
Yeah, I walk off.
All right. Harridan, you get an update for the unit briefing. It's going to take 2 months to fix all of the mechs and vehicles, and the Wolfhound is being assigned to the Vehicle Lance as an escort. Unfortunately, it's not. The Wolfhound's the last one they're going to work on because it's missing an arm with most of its firepower. Fortunately, you're in the Armed Forces of the Federated Suns territory, so it's not super difficult to get a new Wolfhound arm.
I would put in a request that 9 Lives install a kill switch in the Wolfhound.
Okay. She's an intelligence officer,
That'd
not
be Baron.
the Baron.
That would be the Baron. He's the one that
she's an
Alright.
intelligence officer. She knows about this sort of thing. Basically, I want to make sure, because he's a pirate, he's untested, we don't know him, we don't trust him. If he tries to make off with the mech that is now our property, I want to be able to shoot it down remotely.
So you're like in your bed calling her. She's in her space closet, calling you back, and she's just like, sir, I mean, it's not our property, it's his property.
No, he surrendered to us. It's our property.
That's not what the paperwork says, sir.
Well, then change the paperwork.
Are you sure, sir? That sounds as illegal as accepting a pirate off of the...
He surrendered to us. He was an enemy combatant. We took possession of his mech. If he wants to come along with it, that's his prerogative.
Sir,
The
I
mech
think you should...
is the company's property.
I think you should talk to someone higher grade than me about this, sir.
That certainly would have been my understanding as well, but
Yeah. Okay, fine. I'll
Sir,
shoot up the chain.
Yeah, she's just like, sir, I can't refuse your orders, but I will ask for clarification before I do this.
Don't worry. I'll put it down in writing so you have something to offer up if anyone tries to come down on you.
All right. Several minutes later, you have a personal visit from Captain Crow.
Whoops.
Dr.
Captain?
Assman is just like, yep, I'm going to step outside right now, buddy. Pew pew! Good luck.
Is that official yet? Is that call sign official?
Yes, that call sign is official, Dr. Assman.
Yes. Out of all, is this the most important?
Yeah, I'm glad that that's what you find important.
I mean, if I die, I die. That's it.
So the captain makes sure that Goldstag is like medically asleep, right? He checks on his drip, makes sure he's sleeping, and is like, Lieutenant Harridan, I understand that you have issues with our new pilot.
Of course, sir.
Why did you accept him into the unit if you were not willing to let him do what he needs to?
Sir, I'm willing to accept him into the unit as a mech pilot, but he was an enemy combatant piloting an enemy mech that we took possession of after he surrendered. That means the mech is our property. And if he's going to pilot it until he's proven himself trustworthy, I strongly recommend that we install a remote kill switch.
Lieutenant Harridan, when I signed the paperwork to allow that young man in the unit, I let him keep his mech because I assumed that you trusted him. Are you telling me that this is not the case?
Captain, let me ask you this. Why would I trust someone who was just earlier today shooting at us? We don't know him.
So
we don't know anything.
He goes
about
on his
him,
communicator and he pulls up a picture. It's the 5 members of the Russian tanker crew who are the pilots of the artillery unit. And he's just like, that sounds a bit like hypocrisy, First Lieutenant Harridan. My understanding was that you only hired people that you trusted and would think were for the best of the unit. Now, I apologize if this was not the case. But I have heard the young man's story, and I am inclined to believe him.
Very well, sir. I will trust your judgment, and I apologize for any confusion I created. I will endeavor to be more clear in the future.
Perhaps in the future, simply inform me of the trustworthiness level of those that we adopt.
Yes, sir.
And, First Lieutenant,
Sir.
my dropship's getting a little crowded.
I apologize, sir. We shall endeavor to capture a larger dropship for you in the future.
Of course, First Lieutenant. As soon as possible.
So you just gave us another
Just, like,
huge
glance
long...
around awkwardly.
Okay.
He leaves.
Lovely. Now I got to find a bigger dropship.
I mean,
now
that's
we
your
have to find a
problem.
bigger dropship. I mean, we're growing. We're expanding. We have additional mechs. We've got some scratch. We're doing well. Now we need to expand.
Yes, they are in a Union class dropship. So, all of you, when you're recovered, are called to the offices of Planetary CEO Lou Magnessa, specifically to talk about the mole issue.
Mm-hmm.
I believe the mole issue is resolved. They're all dead, aren't they?
No, we still have one guy.
Refresh my memory. What's the?
Oh,
the
did we
mole
still have the
issue,
one guy? He's still alive?
Yeah,
you
we
have a
one-
prisoner.
Captured. We need to do some things.
So we turn all our stuff in, right?
Oh,
to
that's
our
right.
boss,
We're
to
gonna let
our
the doctor
employer.
play.
So this is like a debriefing.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
But when you arrive, he doesn't turn on all of the security works. Yes, a union can hold a company of mechs, but it can also hold. They also have a lance of vehicles and a platoon of infantry, which is why it's all taking up space. It can hold a company, and they have more than a company. They have a demi-company's worth of equipment now. So Lou Magnessa doesn't look happy, actually, when you guys enter his office. And he doesn't have, like, sandwiches or drinks set out for you. And he's just like, gentlemen, please. It's been a rough 2 weeks. Sit down. You're all looking slightly more alive than the last time I saw you.
Feel great. I'll just go ahead and sit down.
Can you explain to me this lapse of time information here? It looks like you knew that there was a mole inside the unit for some time. Of course, we sent you to find one, but you allowed them to persist. Several guests and members of your own unit suffered casualties as a result. You understand that you're responsible for these.
Out of character, what was it? How much time was it? Like 2 weeks?
Yes.
3? Okay.
Then you just looks at Lieutenant Harridan and Heavy 7. Because I've been unconscious through most of that.
Just to be clear, a platoon of infantry takes up a lot of space because you need a platoon's worth of bedding and food and recreational space, and it's a lot of space.
Mm-hmm.
Gentlemen, do you have any explanation for your actions?
So, as I understand it, we did learn the identity of several of the culprits that we were tasked to do so, and we were attempting to not immediately apprehend them as we were looking for the bigger fish, as it were. And unfortunately, the pirates struck slightly faster than we had anticipated.
I see. Well, as long as you're willing to accept responsibility for your actions.
Well,
Like
we're
my
not
actions.
We're not responsible for a pirate attack.
I think they're meaning the civilian
The
casualty.
thing, it's the thing is we didn't. Well, we
You
didn't
chose
tell
not
them-
to inform us of this.
Here's the situation. You presented us this job was a multifaceted situation that required a dynamic approach
Aye?
with multiple avenues of approach in order to solve your problem at its core.
Indeed.
Our investigation led us with several possible conclusions, and in order to facilitate the best possible outcome, we had a lot of moving parts. And those moving parts, all of their timetables were not completely under our control. So we made the best decisions possible to try and link up all of the possible outcomes and our planned deterrent for those outcomes to optimize solving your problem with the least amount of damage and casualties. Unfortunately, that doesn't always mean no damage and casualties.
Interesting. I'd like you to make a negotiation roll.
Well, I'm terrible at that.
I know.
I'm much better at it in real life.
He's actually really good at it too.
Yeah, you'd think so for a CEO.
Wow. Shit. He only got a 10.
Okay, well, I have a -5.
Wow.
What?
Cannot
Only a
pass this
10.
roll. You rolled a
Yeah.
1.
Okay.
Oh my god.
So he's just
Oh
like,
god.
gentlemen, there's a very serious issue here that the company is absorbing the risk of having allowed you all to hold back the information that would have been necessary in order to purge security teams A and B of all of these pirate members. Now, I understand that the military operation went very well. The insurance payouts for the hotel have worked out fine, and we've covered all our accounts. In fact, I appreciate your unit so much that I've spoken with your commander, Captain Crow, and I'll be extending your contract for cadre service for 3 months. So we're going to have you until the end of the year. You'll be celebrating the new year with us, and then you'll be taking off to wherever you go. But in the future, if we ever hire you again, I'd really appreciate it if you'd just be straightforward with us. I think
Of course.
a lot could have been avoided here. Several deaths of my staff. But you did good work. You solved the problem in a way that doesn't make us look liable, which I certainly appreciate. We attributed all the deaths to the pirate attack rather than internal traitorous invaders, and you managed to take out the ringleader. There is one small problem, however. Planetary Security and the 15th Lyran regulars have been making regular calls to my office asking about the hunting cabin in the woods. Can you tell me anything about this?
Out of character, did we do something super illegal going out there and killing those guys?
Oh yeah, super duper.
Even though
illegal.
they were revealed to be known pirates. Like,
Yes, but your contract was to protect the spaceport, and you didn't tell anyone about it. Was the thing. You didn't even tell your own unit you were doing it. You just said, "Let's grab the inventory and go."
No, didn't they get? Yeah,
They
got
grabbed the
We
inventory.
grabbed like our whole unit. I
You
would have reported it to the commander.
we
All
took,
right.
we took
Obviously.
You took,
our
you grabbed
mechs out there.
the
He had to.
Marines.
you took
known.
2 mechs and the Marines.
Yeah. There's no way
like
he
the-
didn't know about it.
I mean, they should have at least heard us leaving,
Right,
you
but
know.
the thing is, the local planetary security, when you arrived, the general told you, don't do anything illegal, stick to your contract specifically.
we did
Well,
stick to our contract.
I would say we did stick to our. Is we preemptively defended.
So is that what you're telling Lou?
I mean, I'm not going to talk anymore because no matter how good I am at out of character, I'm just going to end up rolling at a -5. So I'm just not going to say anything.
Well, I only make you guys roll when it's important for me behind the scenes to make notes.
I'll just look at him and say, the cabin in the woods, as it were, was the pirate who is in charge of intermediary negotiations in regards to the planets. They're the ones that recruited the teams, and we just engaged in the operation to lure them out so they could be eliminated, so you wouldn't have to deal with such a problem in the future.
I'm afraid that you're going to have to deal with planetary security on this one.
We'll make sure to leave you out of it.
Excellent, because I was planning to tell you that I wasn't going to defend you on this one. You operated outside the bounds of your contract, as far as I can tell.
I would disagree with that.
Well, your unit's legal officer can take it up with my legal officer.
We have a flashback of him punching someone on television. Like, oh no, we're gonna need a better legal officer after this.
He's a
Yeah.
paralegal. That's the thing.
I think I can get. I have some connections with some legitimate.
Oh, God.
people. Legitimate people. I'm saying.
They're helping you, not us. That's the thing.
You don't know that though.
Yeah,
Well,
you're not allowed to contact people for the unit.
Yeah.
No, but I can get a Comstar
I
employ a
don't-
Comstar legal, can't you?
I mean,
Well,
Comstar's
how well all that stuff.
Comstar's willing to cover you. They're not
Yeah,
willing
that's
to.
what you. Yeah, they
Yeah.
told you that they're not going to cover the unit.
They said they don't know. But yeah, could employ.
I mean, he said that the unit was screwed because you admitted they were
Yes.
definitely guilty.
Yes,
I never admitted anything. I had no
You did.
I had no knowledge of anything. I said it was an incident.
No, you said I wasn't a part of that.
Yeah, they were like, "Did you do that?" And you're like, "No, I was asleep for that one."
That's what happened.
My phrasing might have been wrong, slightly wrong, but I did state I heard about that incident and I have no knowledge of who committed it.
So we still have that prisoner, right?
Yes. It's Drake. Drake is the guy that you held a gas grenade in his face and then dropped it on him.
Oh yeah.
So he's been in prison now for like 16 days without anyone checking in on him other than to provide him with meals and a little bit of time to go jog around outside. Is someone going and talking to him?
Yeah, let's have some fun.
I feel like I go check on him all the time. Like I go in there with like a steak dinner that I get from the hotel.
Just sit there and eat.
And I go and set up like a TV tray and sit it in front of him and then eat while he eats his like protein porridge that we give him to sustain himself. I don't ever say anything to him.
Just look at him.
In fact, I probably have like
Stare
noise.
at him the whole
I have like
time.
noise canceling headphones on.
I don't know.
No, since the new our character does since the new Twitch terms of service, I kind of can't go full out on what I was planning, but I can go close.
No, keep it PG.
I can go close. I can go really close if I need
Can't. I don't know what I could do.
So, I mean, are you all there about to interrogate him?
I
Me,
mean,
no.
I don't care to talk to
not
him at
an
all.
interrogator.
All right, then what are we doing with Drake here? Poor Drake.
Well,
I
I'm
will-
gonna get in my crab, and then we're gonna let him try and swim to freedom.
Okay.
I
Do you
think
have like an interrogation room, or I'm just going to have to interrogate him from his jail cell?
What do we need to know from him? What do we care that he knows?
Where's their base?
Jobs.
Yeah, it's like
we're
yeah.
just shit. Yeah, we're
Yeah, I'll
just,
go. I'll go. I'll
Alright.
get a chair.
I need to know where their
Flip
base
around.
is.
Bandito's
sit on
like,
backwards.
all right, I'm working on getting enough experience to be an intelligence officer. First time doing some intelligence.
I feel like Crimson's gonna be watching from behind the two-way mirror, just like, oh my
Bandito,
God.
what's your interrogations role?
I'm not like I'm just talking to him first. I'm not doing anything to
Okay.
interrogate him yet.
I'll be in the corner just sitting there.
The doctor's sitting there with like a pair of jumper cables, just
Oh no! It's just like a little one of those leather doctor.
We're not. I don't know how legal torture is. I doubt
No,
it's illegal at all.
He's got
Not
his
legal at all.
His
Yes.
butane torch and
So-
his popsicle.
yeah.
All right.
So let's not go. Yeah.
Jesus.
Yeah, big
Sorry.
dude like brings the chair over, gets him a nice little actual steak dinner.
All right.
Slides it over.
Consumes it at high speed.
Yeah.
It's like a vacuum
buddy,
cleaner.
yeah.
I show up just to slap the plate off the tray. No, I'm just kidding.
I feel like Goldsag was going for bad cop, but Heavy Seven shows up to be worst cop.
So yeah,
Well, and
all
bad
right,
cop, good cop doesn't work. Bad cop, worst cop.
Yeah. All right, bud. How about you can tell me a little bit something about your little pirate operations that you may or may not.
He just
have
drops
left?
his utensils on the plate, and he's like, "I'm not telling you anything."
Well, here's
Oh,
the
come on,
thing.
Bill
There's
Drake.
not much left, I don't believe. Because
So he picks the knife up and waves it at you as a steak knife, not like a stabbing knife. He's just like,
yeah.
"Listen,
I'm-
I
I'm
know that my
listening.
guys got away, which means they're coming back for me.
Which guys?
Our
Oh, he has
aerospace
scope.
guys.
Okay.
Listen, if you want to be a good pirate in the 31st century, You have to have a good aerospace wing.
Well,
Dropships,
the other
jump
thing
ships,
is,
aerospace fighters.
you lost like 7 mechs. I killed like 2 of them.
Oh. Well, that
One
sucks.
got away. I think it was the urban mech, the trash can thing. I was going to grab it, but told me not to. But
Yeah, I don't know those guys.
4 vehicles were taken out in the process of that. I don't think anybody's coming after you unless you have more mechs back there with your group, other than the Phoenix Hawk, the Jenner that blew up in one hit.
Listen, I got nothing to say.
You got nothing? Not going to tell us because because
What you're doing here is illegal. You got to turn me over to the local planetary security. It's not illegal. You're a mercenary unit. You can totally hold prisoners.
We own him.
No,
you don't own him,
Well,
but
they don't even know we have him.
That's true. But at some point,
operating under a valid contract
at some point, military justice is going to be done.
Yeah, no. For right now, this is perfectly legal because it's technically under contract. Now, I haven't done anything illegal like torture, and the dog won't shut up. I digress.
He looks around. He's just like, "Dog? What dog? Are you hearing something?"
No, maybe.
Is this where you pretend to be crazy so that your partner can cut in and be the good cop?
No, I'm actually the good cop. You don't want to meet my partner. You don't.
He just points to Goldstag sitting in the corner, and he's like, "That guy right there."
Yeah, you don't want.
Is there an intimidation skill in this game? No, not really.
That's too bad. I think that involves interrogation. Now the thing is, buddy, this could be any easier for you or harder for you. Your buddies aren't coming back. I'm telling you that now. It's not going to happen.
So what's your carrot?
You can tell us. I don't want to let. Hold on a second. Let me go out of character for a moment.
Good call.
It's a good call.
Let me go out of character for a moment. I'm trying to think. If we just turn this guy over, would he just get executed for being a pirate?
Oh yeah.
That's the carrot. Be like, look, you've disappeared.
We could turn you over.
We could literally let you walk, or we could make you disappear. The choice is yours. It's just that simple.
All right, back in character. Hat's back on. Now, the thing is, you can walk at any point in time right now. You're free to go. But we can turn you over.
No. He's not free to go.
He immediately stands up and like holds his shackles out towards you.
We can let him go if he tells you what we want to know.
It says
he's not free to go.
You didn't let me finish. You can be free to go if you tell us what we want to know, or we can just turn you over to the government, and they just execute you, and we save money on trying to feed you every day.
So your plan is either I, a known pirate, get set free on a world of people who want to kill me, or I get killed.
Could join the infantry.
I'm gonna throw
you could possibly join us if you'd like.
I know. I'm not there either, so.
I could throw. Let me
Though you will, it will be a stretch.
All right, let's make a negotiation roll.
Shit.
I was going to say we could make this deal slightly bit more sweeter than this better dial situation.
It's got a -1. What about you?
Me, I've got 3.
I mean, Bandito's the one negotiating.
Yeah, you haven't said a word, so.
Yeah,
negotiation or interrogation?
Negotiation. You're negotiating. He got a 6.
Negotiate.
Did you
a
say you have a
5.
-3? 5?
That -2, 5.
All right, he comes out ahead on this one. He's like, I will tell you some information, and you'll let me go.
What is some?
I'll give you the names of some of the jump ships. and numbers.
All right.
You know,
First, we
it
got to
would be
check
nice
with the
to get
command
our-
first.
It
And
would be nice to get our own jump ship.
And
you give me a job here. I want a job in the piloting crew. I want a shot at being a pilot.
what kind of pilot?
Dropship pilot.
That's gonna be a stretch. I'll check. I got.
What's wrong? Don't you trust me?
Fuck no.
Halfway, buddy. But the
I
other
have
thing,
one
are
more
you even
condition.
licensed to fight? What?
I want to punch Heavy 7 in the face. Just
That'd be
one.
the last thing he ever
One good
does.
shot.
Does that
I
exclude
would
the
pay
whole?
to see that. I would pay to see it.
Now, if I let you go try to punch Heavy 7 in the face, you can't try to be a dropship pilot.
I feel like you get a looping GIF that's only like a second long, but it has like him punching Heavy 7 in the face and then Heavy 7 punching Bandito in the face. And it's just like back to back. It's like
Yeah.
He's like, no, I want it all. Those are my terms.
he has nothing to negotiate with. He has no power whatsoever.
He sits down and goes
nothing.
back to his steak. I mean, you lost the negotiation roll. This is what he's willing to walk
Well,
away for.
Chop off a couple fingers and roll again.
Wow.
That's illegal.
Do it.
All right.
That's
It doesn't
illegal.
exist.
I'll step in a tiny bit.
No, torture is
I
against the law. So
I'm
I'm
pretty
not-
sure
Bar of
that
soap
there's
and a
other
sock.
people besides
I'm
me
just gonna
that would
talk.
report in if I tried to do something illegal.
I'm just going to talk. How about we make the deal a bit more sweeter on our end? If you tell us
Oops,
what
sorry.
we want
I accidentally disconnected my headset. Give me a second. Oh my gosh. HyperX Cloud 2, everybody. All right, go.
All right. So let's make the deal a bit more sweeter on our end. If you tell us everything we want to know, we'll get you a ride off this planet, and we'll keep you on the ship till our next jump and mission.
That's less sweet for me.
You won't be on this planet anymore.
Yeah,
You'll
but
be able to start a
in
new
my
life
version of the
somewhere else.
deal, I get to stay on the ship.
and I get to punch
You still
McGurk.
get to stay on. I'll still
You
allow
just said that you would put me off the ship at the next place. This is not as good because I don't have a new legal identity.
We know somebody.
I am a
that can
wanted fugitive.
We know somebody who can get you that stuff.
Really?
Yeah.
He just looks over at Bandito shaking his head. He's like, I don't know. I'm getting some physical indicators in this room.
Who on earth are you? No, you get just pushes Goldstag.
He looks at Bandito and is just like, you take my offer up to the top.
Out of character, it's
I'll see, buddy.
to rapier here. But yeah.
Yeah, you could go to Rapier. I don't know that you know that Rapier is a dude who gets people identities, though.
I don't think so.
I don't know that Heavy 7 and Deathwish have
Don't.
talked about that yet.
I don't know that, but I'm just
Yes,
that's out of
but
character.
that's because neither you or I know that. That's why.
Yeah.
He's gonna sell out the
Because
mob.
that's what I'm thinking is like you're talking about your mob and Yakuza shenanigans. All right.
That's the character.
Those have
but
worked
yeah.
out great for you so far.
Yeah, no.
So that's why Magneto is someone to get out.
Yeah.
As goes the guy. I'll go see up the ladder. We'll see.
All right.
Shame. I would-
What do you guys tell your bosses?
Well, if
All
anybody
right.
tells Butch any of this, he's like, "Fuck no, we're not giving that guy anything. We're gonna toss him out the airlock the next time we go to space. We're not gonna. Why would we bend over in any way to give this dude anything he wants? He can either tell us and we can cut him a favor and he can go on his way, or he cannot." And we don't know where the pirates are, and no big fucking deal. We just go get a job with somebody else. We go to the next job. Life goes on. We don't need anything this guy has. He has no power sitting in that chair. Nobody knows he even exists. We could do whatever we want.
Well, the thing is, we are running out of space on this drop ship, and if we have to move ship, we're going to have to let some things go.
I absolutely agree. We are
And
overstrength.
we could indeed let him go at 5,000 feet in the air.
The captain just
Make
hired
no never mind.
that 17-year-old kid to fly our ship. We don't need another ship pilot. We're good.
Does he even know how to pilot? Does he just want to be trained?
I'm highly doubted.
It doesn't matter. None of that matters. He has nothing. He has no leg to stand on. He can fuck right off. He can either tell us what we want to know, or there's absolutely no sweat off our backs whatsoever. We're not getting him a new ID. We're not giving him a job. We're going
I get up and with my crutch and I just walk out of the room. And I'm going to
still
the
in a
interrogation room. Oh, well then I just start wheeling.
You wheel yourself over there. All right. Well, no, I guess this takes place after that point where you're all healed. But yeah, your leg still hurts, so I guess you do have a crutch.
Yeah.
All right. You're in there. This guy's finished up a steak dinner.
I'm just saying. I mean, we're all right for now.
I pull out a chair and I sit down in front of him, kind of twirling my crutch in my hand.
How much did we get? How much did we get for selling those 2 mechs?
3.6 million.
Decent amount.
And I think we had like 700,000.
Yeah, it was a pretty good pick for your unit, but you lost 2 people.
Yeah, and we also hired a bunch of other people.
Yep, and you still can't hire a decent tech to save your life.
I mean, so we find out where these pirates are. Then what? We go fight pirates.
I'm already there in front of the guy.
Nobody's gonna pay us to go fight these pirates.
The guy's just looking at you, Aridin.
It's like, so I hear tell that you're trying to make a deal with my men.
Are you the guy?
I am the
deal maker guy.
I so want to run in there and slam my hands on the table and sweep everything off of it and be like, I'm the fucking guy.
Here is my deal. You tell us what we want to know, or we turn you over to the local authorities. There will be no negotiation. There will be no sweeter deal. This is what you get. You can either take it or you can leave it. If you leave it, you get turned over to the local authorities. If you take it, you tell us what we want to know, and then we will decide what to do with you.
All right. This is the last time we're going to roll on this subject. Let's do negotiation. What's your bonus? 5? He wins, I believe.
Okay, well, if he wins, then he gets turned over to the local authorities.
Yeah, he starts whistling a pirate tune, and he's just like, it's totally Pirates of the Caribbean, right?
Yeah.
He starts
pirate codes you.
Whistling a pirate tune.
Not even screwing around. I call the local authorities immediately.
Later that day, they haul him into the back of a police squad car.
No, when the lieutenant walks out of the negotiation room, I'm standing there holding the door for him, and I just roll a canister of tear gas in there and I make kissy faces at him, and then I close the door.
I want to be real clear. Is this something you actually do?
Yes, absolutely.
All right. I want to remind you.
I tear gas the shit out of that room.
I want to remind you, I specifically told you the air conditioning system on the ship is broken, so I'm going to roll to see if he dies.
Oh, God.
Okay.
I'm fine with that.
No, it's not good.
He dies.
Okay.
We just murdered someone.
I'm fine with it,
then I obviously don't call the authorities.
Yeah. Several hours later.
Report it to the
Mr. 15-year-old blood on his hand, you're worried about murdering somebody?
That was in combat.
Well, you guys
was
are
a prisoner that we just murdered.
I feel like you guys are in this argument.
He was trying to escape.
You get a whistle from First Lieutenant Crystal Loft, and she's just like, "Attention! Can someone explain to me why there's a dead man in my interrogation room?"
He was attempting to escape, ma'am.
But just heavily looked to Heavy Seven.
We tried to subdue him with non-lethal methods, and
I feel like the sergeant and the lieutenant both say in exact unison. He was trying to escape.
He was trying to escape.
She looks at the steak knife in his hand and just shrugs and is like, "Sure, whatever."
He was armed.
I just awkwardly turned to the lieutenant, shake his hand, job well done, sir. Good job.
Thank you, Sergeant.
Could you two use more discretion next time?
Probably not. Yes.
My apologies.
The answer to that
Lieutenant,
is
we'll make
yes,
sure
sir.
to not provide cutlery to the prisoners in the future.
Right. That's what I was talking about.
Thank you, Lieutenant.
Indeed,
I see why
Lieutenant.
people hate us. I see
We're
why
so-
people want to fire us.
We are
As
so
she's
bad at
walking
our
away,
jobs.
she pulls up her communicator and is just like, we're going to need to double time that air conditioning problem.
I have a charisma of 2, man. People are
I'm
supposed to hate me.
surprised we haven't been fired already. The
the
only one that's
meantime, I
safe
like-
is Goldstad because he owns the damn mech.
I slipped McGurk like 100 credits, and I like might want to go get some ice.
Yup.
All right.
Go down to the local grocery store and buy some ice.
I mean,
Get a couple bags.
you just, are you guys going to try to fake murder this guy? What the hell's happening right
No,
now?
we're just gonna pack him in ice so he doesn't start
Yeah, we
stinking
don't
up the place
stink
until
up.
the air conditioning gets fixed.
No,
we can
they're
go
going to
drop
go
him off.
bury him now. They're going to take him to a morgue. They're
Oh,
not
that's
just going to... They're not just gonna leave him on the drop ship in the interrogation room
It's
for a
gonna be
few
weekend
days.
in Bernie's up
Jesus.
in this bitch.
No, they take Drake.
Oh, if only we could weekend at Bernie's this.
No, it's too
No,
late.
he's a pirate. He should have a pirate burial. 8 feet in the 8 feet in the beach.
No, they bury him in a mass graveyard for criminals and people
Pirates.
who aren't claimed.
Pirate ass bitches.
This is like Police Academy if the cadets were assassins.
That's fair. It is.
So it's almost July 3rd, which is the victory ball. You got 2 days. Do you all intend to attend? If so, how do you intend
Is
to
everybody
attend?
invited?
Yeah, your lance is invited because you're the heroes of honor.
We
I
thwarted
feel like
the
we're just
pirate
going to
raid.
get arrested as soon as we get in there. as well.
That
feel
is a
like-
thing that could happen. Yes.
I feel like a hero of honor after that.
But I also feel like we should attend just out of kindness. It's really conflicting right now.
We're going.
Yeah, we're going.
All right, this has been such great decisions so far for us. Let's just go ahead and get arrested.
I feel like Bandito is being sarcastic, but Sarge is like, this guy's finally coming around. Like he understands like how things are supposed to work.
How are we not already?
Just look at
It's like,
the
Sergeant, if we have any difficulties with the law, we do not want it hounding the company. We have to resolve such things. We can't just
Fuck it,
run from
you
our
know
problems.
what?
If we did that, we might as well be pirates.
I'm in debt anyway. Fuck it, let's go. I'd rather be in debt in jail than in debt and having to pay it off regularly.
You know, I could pay that. You know,
Yeah, gold stacks.
Are you going to really pay for Bandito? Is that? I don't think it's going to happen.
Who else from our unit is going to the party?
Just the 4 of you,
Okay.
and anyone if anyone you want to +1.
I'm not going to +1 anybody else.
I
This is
would-
our shit that
I
we
would
got
like
brought
to
into.
ask Commander.
not even-
if he would like to, because he's our boss basically.
He'll go. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So that's your +1 is Captain Crow.
Yeah, Captain Crow.
My +1 is Ass Man. I'm bringing Ass Man.
Bring a Dr. Assman. Great.
Yep.
I thought you were going to bring 9 lives. No, wait, that's Pondo.
I feel like she is kind of my friend. Like she's she's not my friend. She's my subordinate, and we're on good terms. Like I feel like narratively, I have put in the work to be a good mentor to her.
Sure. That's a
She's
thing
like
you can believe.
She's like the only person to. It started out with me making her do my work, but then I trained her up.
Bandito, you taking a +1? No? Death Wish, +1?
Not gonna take one of the Russians.
I'll be right back.
Choke will never die. I don't know why.
No, it won't.
Death Wish, you +1 in anybody?
No.
How to approach this?
Obviously, full dress uniform and all that.
No.
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, I got to figure out how to approach this with you. The
Go on.
first lieutenant, Crystal Loft.
Oh no, is she mad that I didn't ask her? I should have asked her. I
She,
spurned my love.
I don't know how to do this, but she's gonna approach you and try to get a try to fish for an invitation from you.
From
Right.
Harridan?
From Harridan. So, oh, you know what it is? You guys are in the
That's
officers'
beautiful.
cantina together, and she's just like, Lieutenant, I
Lieutenant?
heard that you hadn't chosen anyone to go to the party with yet.
No, ma'am, I didn't feel it would be appropriate.
She just stares at you for a while.
I feel like McKirk is sitting at like the cafeteria table behind her, and you can audibly hear him go. And he chokes on some of his food. He's like, God damn.
Staff Sergeant, do you have somewhere to be?
I was, yep. And he just get a little cup of my tray.
Did I miss us getting accommodated and then immediately arrested?
No. 9 Lives is asking.
No, not online.
No,
It was
not
Valkyrie.
online. The XO.
XO, yeah.
I think the XO is trying to ask me out on a date.
Not quite, but
She wants to feel important. She has lieutenant syndrome. I'm important, guys.
Yeah. Lieutenant, it strikes me as it would be appropriate for either the captain or yourself to attend. Would you care to join us?
well, I didn't have any plans that night, and if you're offering, she tries to play
Yes,
it off.
ma'am.
Total tsundere.
I would say it's just.
All right. You're going full dress uniform, McGurk?
Yep.
What are you doing?
Same. Yeah, I will do whatever the lieutenant does.
Gray?
Same, but
I feel like full dress uniform with a Hawaiian shirt over the top of
cowboy
it.
hat dress.
Goldhirsch?
Yeah, full dress uniform.
Crow goes in full dress uniform, but Crystal goes in an evening gown.
Makes sense.
Let's see, that's the you brought Assman. So the
Yeah, what
seven
does
of
Assman wear?
So Assman shows
I feel
up.
like he wears like a zoot suit.
No, he shows up in fatigues with a doctor's coat over it.
Okay.
The 7 of you show
I have
up.
my axe. I have my axe with me too, like ceremoniously. You know, like
Yeah,
a saber
no, they'll
would
let
be,
you in
know?
for it. Yep.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Same like
You're greeted by the planetary governor, who is in residence finally. Several members of the local city council, the chief of police, who you've met several times now, who stares daggers at all of you, a member of the local merchants council, and Lieutenant General Lisa Orsini, who like is shaking her hand, Deathwish, and then puts her other hand on your hand and pulls you close into like a headbutt.
Yeah, I roll
This is
with it.
not going to be a pleasant evening for you, Maxwell Harridan.
I had assumed not.
Very well. I have several surprises planned for you. She slaps you on the left shoulder and is like, have a good evening.
I look forward to it.
Is it too late to say that I have my machine gun hidden in my trousers?
Yes,
Can I-
it is
So
far
you're
too late.
taking stock of how many weapons I'm
Bandit
actually
just
carrying
taking
on me right now?
all in
Can I
stride.
have? Can I have worn like a dress kilt that perhaps I could be under?
No, your unit does not issue dress kilts.
Oh, bummer. Okay.
I have to put in for that, apparently. Yeah, I know.
They're all
Bandit's just
killed.
going in all in stride, shaking. He's like, yes, thank you. I know it's not
So
going
pretty early on, the
Oh,
captain and the
My
lieutenant.
cane, can I have gotten a cane sword?
Yes, but they would definitely check it and take it from you.
That's ceremonial.
concealed
But don't you
weapon.
have a sword though? I
You
thought
can
had
have a
sword.
ceremonial
Oh, yeah.
sword, but having a ceremonial cane sword is not a thing that happens.
All right.
Ceremonial
I'll just have my
You can have a
ceremonial
cane and
sword
you
in
can
my
have a
cane.
sword, but you can't have a
both.
you
I
can't
have
have
a
a sword
cereal-
hidden inside a
it.
cane.
I have a ceremonial crew served weapon.
That's not a thing.
And
You just-
standard
you just
ammo
walk,
loadout.
you walk in with a
So it's
mortar
like a
launcher
chain
on your
gun
back.
with a bow tied on it.
It's like a golden
It's
gun from
ceremonial.
Overwatch. I have the golden. You
No.
know.
You have an axe.
Okay.
Almost immediately, as soon as they enter, the captain and the lieutenant both pull away from the group and go out on the dance floor and start dancing immediately.
Oh, you were just a patsy.
Yes.
She's trying to get at that captain dough.
Mm-hmm.
Called it.
What Dr. Assman is just like, Doctor, sir. Have a good evening.
Doctor?
And he heads over to where the colossal shrimp table is and just like
Of course.
pulls up a chair and it's just like pulling shrimp up and dipping it in and eating it and then telling stories of his great and harrowing battles to people passing nearby. So it's like planetary nobles, super rich people, and military people attending, and he's like, you should have seen the size of the bullet I pulled out of this guy. It was like 4 inches into his jugular. That man should have been dead, but they pulled him out of the cockpit. First Lieutenant Maxwell Harridan. I've never seen someone in such bad shape. There it is over there. Crippled, can barely walk now. But using the magic healing hand, like he's just fucking going on. Everyone's doing their best to ignore him.
Oh, okay.
I would have been eating.
I knew I fucking made the right choice bringing that man. I just give him like a little. I just give him like a little whistle and hold my hand out, and he tosses me a shrimp.
Yeah, of course. It sails through the air with cocktail sauce on it, rotating.
Yeah,
You grab it perfectly by the shrimpy tail.
by the tail. Yeah.
What do the rest of you do?
So
Waiting to get arrested.
beans. This is a Lyran planet, and I am a you
Yeah, you have a
at least a
protocol.
lower tier Lyran noble. I'll work.
I don't know
the
about
room.
that. I think you have wealth, not nobility, right?
I thought
I thought he
I
had
was a lower
nobility.
tier nobility.
Did you take nobility or did you take wealth?
I took wealth.
Yeah, you're not a noble. You're just super rich.
Okay.
I'm actually
well.
secretly
Still,
a
I'd be
noble.
I'd be.
This
accustomed to
is
that sort of
perfectly
crap,
natural for you, especially as now a military officer. Yeah.
So yeah, I'll work the room.
All right. Can you make a protocol roll real quick?
Let's see, what is my protocol?
I think it's a +2.
I feel like Benio's just there. It's like when he has the Silver Ridge, kind of just when he's done
yeah,
eating
it's
for a
+2.
moment, he just kind of like goes like this.
He's like super paranoid, like in a corner, like with his back to
Oh
a
my
wall.
god, you rolled a 3?
5.
5.
So 5 total.
No, he's just like in the middle, just like waiting for it, just like
Yeah.
So
you know it's gonna happen.
no one is distinctly rude to you, Harridan, but all of your conversations are really clipped. People seem to have marked you and are doing their best to avoid you.
I'll take the hint pretty quickly, and I think I'll just more stick closer to my lance mates then if I'm not if there's something going on about this planet that I don't know about yet.
Heavy 7, what are you doing for the party?
I feel like probably no one is going to come up and talk to me.
I don't know that that's true. You're
If
a
they-
former member of the Lyran military.
That's
You're
true.
here as a hero.
I have a pretty pristine military record, I feel like.
Except for that thing where Harridan, well, you weren't really part of that. But you knew it happened, but you weren't part
Yeah.
of Harridan getting ejected.
I'm on my best behavior more.
That's probably why everyone's cold to me.
You know, aside from catching cocktail shrimp midair, I'm on my best behavior. So like I make nice with anyone who comes up to talk to me, but for the most part, I'll stand passively, you know, to the side of things with my drink and just be observant. I want to just be vigilant. Because I think whatever nasty surprises are waiting for us are probably unavoidable and will probably come.
You're like,
Well,
Arthur
probably-
set the plot up, so there's no
Yeah.
possible way we can avoid this.
Well, I don't
Rocks
think
are going to fall.
I don't think like a strike team is going to kick down doors and arrest us. You know what I mean? Like I think that like during the
That would be a
announcements
lot
or
of
something-
planning to set you
Yeah.
into this room just to arrest you.
I feel like they're going to get up there and they're going to make their speeches and they're going to drop like bad news on us, like
Hey,
we're going to have to
shit.
pay for shit or we're on, you know, or whatever.
Okay.
Like we're, you know.
Yeah.
So I'm being vigilant and I'm kind of trying to like
All right, so at today,
keeping watch.
today's function, high class luncheon. You're in the corner, just stone cold munching. Just to be clear, that's what you're doing.
I mean, it sounds close.
Very
I'm
good.
not. I'm not in the corner.
You're not busting a move though.
No, I'm also not busting. Yeah, maybe I get down on and do some break dancing.
You're not sitting with Vincent either, because Vincent's like in the middle, just getting ready for it, talking to whoever.
No,
You're- Are you like the Grim Reaper? You're just waiting for the shoe to drop. You're just like
Oh,
just
yeah.
out here talking,
It's
waiting.
like I'll talk to whoever comes by, just like kind of sitting there waiting. It's like it's going to happen eventually. I sense it. Too much
Goldstag?
shit's been going my way.
Bandito, try and relax a little bit. This party
I'm
is
as
for you
relaxed
after
as
all.
can be. All right.
Since
Enjoy yourself. Eat something.
since
Oh, I'm
God's
eating
sake.
steak.
my
I'm eating the
character
finest
does
steak.
not know much about Lyran functions and such, he is trying to stay out of the way of people, but still act like he's somewhat of a small presence in the room. If
Okay. All right. The captain and lieutenant spend most of the night dancing together. Ass Man continues to make an ass of himself, unsurprisingly. Towards the end of the night, the theme of the 15th Lyran regulars, and then followed by the theme of the Federated Commonwealth, plays. Everybody just like stops, claps, and waits for the announcements. Lieutenant General Lisa Orsini says, "As you know, we recently defended the planet from several raids, and we finally have struck a crushing blow against the pirates. I'd like to call up First Lieutenant Maxwell Harridan, Staff Sergeant Butch McGurk, Sergeant Vincent Gray, and Pilot Sean Goldhirsch to the stage."
I start limping my way up there.
All right, it's a good thing you all have your dress uniforms on.
Vincent goes in stride like
She pulls out a orange, red, and purple badge. So it's like a like a flag of France, but it's orange, red, and purple. And says, "The Lyran Commonwealth would like to present to all of you a unit citation of merit for bravery against superior enemy numbers and an emerging victorious." And she starts pinning the citation on each of your chests. "In addition, before these gathered nobles, I would like to announce that all charges in the Malthus family murders that were being leveled against First Lieutenant Maxwell Harridan are being dropped. While the investigation is ongoing, such a hero should clearly not be persecuted by this planet for ridding us of these criminals." And while everybody's just like, "Yay! Yay!"
There's a group of people that are just like,
Yeah, there's a group of people who
Like,
turn and look at
the
Harridan.
others, I'm like, who the hell is Malthus?
yeah, I don't know who those people are either. Should we know who those people are?
Those are the gangsters
Is that
you
the
killed.
crime boss guy?
Yes, so essentially she just told everybody that you
Oh.
guys are the ones that did it.
oh great. Okay.
We totally did.
That's your punishment and your reward.
Do you give them the finger guns? Do you look over at the Malthus family? You're like,
First Lieutenant, do you have anything to say? As you accept the mic, you could see Crystal in the audience is just like, "Don't fuck this up. Don't fuck this up." Like you think the people from the Malthus family are looking at you bad. She's just like, "I'll kill you. I'll kill you."
What's the name of this? What is it? What's the name of this?
Crow's
planet again?
Black. Oh, the planet?
Black.
Hood 4.
Hood 4. Well, I understand that piracy is something that no one likes to be forced to deal with. Our fortuitous business here has allowed us to work with the military forces of Hood 4 in crushing them and helping to keep the people of this planet safe. And for that, we are extremely grateful for your kindness in welcoming us here and for your continued allowance of our presence on this wonderful planet. Thank you all for these accolades. I do appreciate it, and it shows us how wonderful the hearts are of the people on this planet. Thank you.
All right, everyone claps politely.
It's like, when in doubt, keep it short, keep it simple, and don't fuck up.
That's a good plan.
Vincent thanks. When did we get arrested for the other thing now?
We don't. They drop the charges.
No, I'm not for that.
No, the other
Woods.
thing.
Woodhouse, the other thing.
the cabin incident.
Yeah. So after the presentation ceremony, the general's going to pull you aside, Harridan.
Okay.
We're going to be dropping all charges against your unit. Mr. Harridan?
I'm sensing a very large however coming there.
I prefer not to use such theatrics, but I'm afraid that our guest is something of a different theme than myself. And that's when you hear the theme of the Federated Commonwealth play again. And then there's a very specific theme that plays.
The Reigns of Castamere.
No, not quite.
I run and jump out the nearest window.
I don't know that would help you though, because the way
Like you're on the 8th floor, you die.
you die instantly.
Yeah.
You've heard this theme several times. It's the military theme for the House of Marsden.
I just stiffen.
Everybody starts clapping, and this enormous guy with the scar across his face enters into the room through like the honor hall with a claymore on his back, like a giant fucking sword, and is just like, "Yes, it is I, Baron Blake Marsden. Welcome, everyone. Welcome, welcome. I have taken guest hospitality on this planet, and I was hoping to see my good friend Lieutenant Maxwell Harridan once again." And like a spotlight shines on you, Harridan. And he's got a spotlight on him now. They start lowering the lights.
I just like complete stone face. Just
"What's wrong, Harridan? You're not looking so well. Old friend?"
still looking better than last time we saw each other.
"Indeed. Where's my good friend, Sergeant McGurk?" There's like another spotlight hits you.
appears, and the spotlight appears directly behind the Baron because I'm standing right behind him.
"McGurk, old boy, you're looking well. It's been what,
I
10
wish I
years?
could say the same. I say it like as a, like kind of a backhanded like.
Yeah, everybody
compliment, right?
laughs
Like-
and like golf claps a little bit, like, "Oh, ha, ha, so
and
funny."
I go to shake his hand, but when he shakes my hand, I had a shrimp with cocktail sauce in my hand.
That's okay. He wipes it on your dress uniform.
Oh my god!
God.
With everyone watching, and he's like, "Good joke, old boy. Good joke indeed.
I'm like, ha 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 ha.
Well, I'm glad you're both here. I was hoping to challenge you all to a duel." And everyone in the audience is like, "Ah!" And Crystal Loft is like, "What the fuck?"
I'm like, accept.
Very well.
What?
We'll set it in.
Wait.
My understanding is your unit is rather damaged. Perhaps a month and a half?
I'm fine. I feel good right now. We could do it right now.
No.
Oh, I was hoping to make it a mech duel.
Stop.
We could have the local media cover it.
That's a lot
No.
less. That's a lot less interesting, actually.
Training rounds and all? No?
I'm pretty sure the challenge gets to set the parameters of the duel.
Very well. If you want to fight here and now, he like unsheathes his claymore. I see you brought your axe.
Hand to hand.
All right.
Oh God.
I am out of this mess.
To the death?
Knock out.
Damn, this is where I really want to say yes.
But no.
But I'm gonna out of character take the
To the pain.
take to the pain. I'm gonna let my party give me advice here on what they think should happen. I feel like I jumped on this maybe too quickly. This is supposed to be Harridan's thing,
What
but
do you
he's
think?
also a cripple.
Wait, stop.
I would.
Wait, no, McGurk is fine.
Yeah, I'm 100%.
It's Harridan
No,
that
I'm
he's
sure
worried about.
Out
'cause
of
the
the
leg.
unit, McGurk would be completely fully aware of the history between
Yeah.
Harridan and this man.
I also know that this guy, I can figure that this guy's definitely trying to make like take a public shot at Harridan.
Yep.
And
I mean, he's already done several.
Yeah, I know that my friend, my commander, is like he's in no condition to physically take on this challenge in this moment, or probably ever, because he's just generally a puny guy. So like, I'm more than willing to like throw myself in front of this train for him in this moment, right? Like, it seems like silliness, but it's very like the whole like the shrimp silliness and getting stuff rubbed on my uniform. Like it's a very purposeful like deflection of I don't have any problem looking like an ass. Like I'm just a soldier. I have nothing to lose. I have no credit or reputation with these people. Like I can look as bad as anyone here and it will make no difference to anyone. Whereas Harridan is the commander. Like you cannot allow your commander to lose face in any way that will degrade his ability to do his job. So like I'm fully willing, and all of this happens like in a second inside of McGurk's head, right? Like instantaneously, he's like, "It's me."
As far as the duel, it's up to you whether it's to the death or not.
So people are forming a circle around you, and
what's the chat say? I had to use my phone to power my
protect your CO. It's honor.
Does the chat want me to fight to the death?
Duel the big guy. Totally a good idea.
I would suggest. I would suggest freaking.
If you look at Harridan,
people are saying to the death.
Saying it to the death.
Harridan goes.
If
no,
you look
okay.
at Harridan's like just you get this look from him as like don't fight him to the death, just humiliate him.
Okay, then I'm gonna okay. Then Harridan. Then I figure Harridan wants him for himself someday, right? So like, just to unconscious, just to blackout.
All right, so he starts like unbuttoning his Baron's outfit.
I walk over to Ass Man and I take my dress coat off and my axe off and I hand it to him to hold for me.
So he's just like, oh, I'll get some seltzer water or something for you, and just like getting the stain out.
My man.
Oh yeah, I know how bad these are.
Nearby me.
Yes.
Like, did you know he was here?
I did indeed.
Yeah, I'm like rolling up my sleeves.
To hide this information from me.
I have no idea what's going on between the two of you. But you've done nothing but cause trouble for me, Lieutenant Harridan, and if someone wants to publicly humiliate you, I want you to know that I'm completely behind this.
Madam, whatever trouble I may have caused you is nothing compared to what that man has done.
General, Mr. Harridan.
I apologize, General. There's nothing compared to what that man has done.
My understanding, reading your record, is that you're the one who's a traitor.
Well, Victor's write the history and all that.
I'll leave it for the Lyran Intelligence Corps to decide, Mr. Harridan. You're lucky you made it out of the service alive. If it was my planet, I would have had you killed. Now, if you'll excuse me, Mr. Harridan, I have a duel to watch.
I'm definitely playing into the spectacle, and I'm all smiles. Like I'm very good. I'm playing up like this is a good sportsman. Like I'm not gonna make it known at all. I'm not gonna let this guy think that he's like gotten to me, right? Like I'm not embarrassed. This is totally fine. It's gonna be a jolly good time. Like this is all good. Like it's all in good fun to McGurk, right? Like that's the show he's putting on. But if things go well, he plans to brutally pummel this man.
Okay.
Yeah.
I would like to step in and say, as one of the only two doctors here, I think there should be at least one of us being a sort of referee to this duel.
So
I don't know what the precedence is for that.
Doctor, please remain out of it.
No, this is slightly out of character because somebody knocks him out. They'll need somewhat medical attention after.
Can worry about that after the fact.
Party full of doctors. Plain it's rich people. They're all doctors. So he sets up into a weird blend of stances that's easily recognizable. It's the Lyran Commonwealth's preferred martial arts style, right? It's not any one thing. It's just meant to be effective at doing exactly what it's supposed to, which is subduing opponents.
Yeah, I just give him, I kind of hop around a little to limber my old body up. And
I mean, he's older than you are, right?
Okay, yeah.
And life's been good to him. It's not that he's fat or anything, but he's put on some weight since he was a mech warrior.
I do like one more whistle and get like a beer tossed to me, and I drink it like Stone Cold Steve Austin.
Vince will pass him the beer. Getting ready to see the shit show.
It's probably a really fancy beer too.
I go and I'll shake his hand one more time, like little fist bump before the fight kind of situation. I don't know if he'll do it back or not, but I offer, right? Like I make it look like at least it's good natured, I give him lots of opportunities to make himself look like an ass, basically.
You get the idea he's doing the same thing. He's giving you plenty of opportunities to look like an ass because he's here to embarrass you.
I 100% anticipate this.
All right, let's see how savage this shit goes. Tell me how you're approaching the fight. What do you do when the fight starts?
I go up in like the what's the old? It's the old meme of the like tough guy, he's got like the fists
boxing,
out, like an Irish boxer kind of situation. Yeah. I
have the mustache.
That's how I'm gonna go in, and I'm gonna go into this in like a pretty straight boxing type of like approach, and I'm gonna go in with like some test jabs, and I'm looking for like the big right hand is what I'm looking for.
All right, let's roll. He's got a +6 to martial arts.
That's a little bit better than mine, but it could go either way.
I think you have +5.
I have a +4.
You got a 12, 14.
That's unfortunate.
14.
Okay, I have a +4. He might
10 or higher.
He might wallop me good, but that's okay. That's all part of the plan.
Oh, he's not in.
Do you have?
Oh, you want me to roll for you?
Anything like that?
I do have fit. I have 1 point in fit. What does that do for me?
I don't think that helps you with melee. That just helps you staying alive.
I thought it had.
I have 1 point in fit.
A strength-based check?
This is
martial arts. Actually, isn't
reflex,
which is really
it's reflex.
Dumb. I feel like, but it's okay.
Yeah.
I don't know what his melee weapon was.
You got an 8, so he's gonna get at least a whole
success.
So he's gonna get a success and then a bonus on it. So
okay. I have both fit and toughness, if it matters.
Yeah, I mean, you come in at him and you get a couple good hits on him. No problem.
Mitigate the damage.
Eventually, you get that strong right arm on him. Mm-hmm. He takes the hit and then counters with just an unending stream of uppercuts on you.
Okay.
It's brutal counterattack. Everyone's enjoying it, and then he lays you out with a haymaker at one point.
Okay.
Everyone's cheering. Some people are like leaving early because they're like, "Oh, blood sport! I can't believe we still do that in the Lyran Commonwealth." And he comes with fist bloodied with heavy seven's blood over to Deathwish, and is just like, "Now, I don't suppose I could challenge you to a mech duel, Deathwish. That's still your call sign." Training rounds. My local security forces versus your lance. I'll pay for any of the damages. We'll put on a spectacle.
I'm not here for your amusement. You can take your challenge and shove it straight up your ass.
Very well. It seems that you still bear some ill will towards me. I was hoping we could arrange...
No idea.
I was hoping we could have a private meeting in the next few days to see what I could do for you.
Oh, I think you've done enough already.
I'm trying to apologize here, Maxwell, boy.
After everything that you've done, you think you could ever make amends for that?
Well, I'm sorry I had to turn you in like that, but it wasn't so bad as all that, was it? You seem to have come back on your feet. I'm a rather wealthy man now, and I was hoping to pay you back for our years of service together. Maybe...
There is only one way you can pay me back. Finally telling the truth and accepting your fate as it should be. Until that day happens, sir, there will be no accord.
Do you walk away here?
Yeah.
All right.
I feel like I cut the conversation short in the background. I got like blood all over my front. And I'm like one arm draped over ass man. And I raise a glass and I like yell to the whole ball. I'm like, what's his name? Baron what?
Baron
his last name? Baron Marsden, right? Like
Everyone's like, Marsden!
whose hands are almost as heavy as his middle.
Yeah, the party breaks up. It's a silent ride back. Unless you guys have anything to say to each other.
I feel like
Captain Crow, Crystal Loft, and Dr. Assman have nothing to say about what just happened.
I was gonna say after getting beat up so bad, I'd probably get super drunk and then spend the ride home like out the top of the limo with like Assman like singing songs while everyone else sits inside of the limo like super awkwardly with just our legs and crotches like visible,
just like right here.
yeah.
So the lieutenant just several times during the night, as she's getting more and more drunk in this limo, is just like, come on, Dad, we don't have to keep them. We can just get rid of them. Seriously, all of them. We replace all of them. All of them!
Wait, she said dad?
Yeah, she said Dad.
Oh, damn.
Wait, is the captain your father?
So she looks at you and she's like, yeah.
That makes so much sense now. What haven't you guys gotten rid of? That's the real question.
Bandito's just like on the verge of a nervous breakdown. Like
he's still waiting for the cops to show
stress. Up. He's been so on edge like all night.
I'm just like sitting there with a
He's
pint glass
guy.
full of whiskey, no ice, and it's like half empty now. It's like, because for the moment, Sergeant, they still need us.
She's
Really?
So Captain Crow is just like, no, that's not the reason why. You're effective and amusing. If you had a bit more military decorum, I'd appreciate it, but I can see the way my unit's going, and while I don't find it to be optimal, it's acceptable.
I just don't say anything else. I just keep drinking.
That's fair. But apparently we've been doing really stupid shit.
Sergeant Gray,
Yeah.
we'll be reviewing your unit performance soon. I'm hoping to give you a promotion and then hammer the new rank emblem onto your shoulders with a railway spike.
That's fair. Would that kill me?
I hope not.
You could poke him with a pillow and kill him. That's what you hear from above the outside.
What he said.
Yeah, Goldhirsch is
Now-
just sitting there with a long freaking smoke pipe.
I'm guessing I don't know if out of character here. I'm guessing the captain knows that we could be facing trial.
No, all charges were dropped.
All charges were dropped.
But including
We
that?
don't know
Yeah.
that.
Mhm.
Only Sid.
Yeah.
You say we've been
Lieutenant
fucking up, but I
Harrington.
say everything's worked out in our favor so
Everything has transpired exactly as I had foreseen it.
Okay, Emperor Palpatine.
Well, thank you, sir. I just hope that we don't fuck this up even more than what we've got, because we apparently
Sergeant
just beat
Gray,
it, but yeah,
if there's one thing I've learned about your particular lance, it's that you're going to continue fucking up for a very long time.
that's fair.
Just continue to be effective and don't
Usually
make me regret it.
"Huzzah!" from like on top of the limousine.
Don't make me regret it.
That's
Lieutenant
don't worry, I'll probably
Harridan,
be
I'd like a
Captain.
briefing tomorrow morning as to what exactly just transpired.
Basically, sir, ghosts.
There's
of the
no
past.
reason to explain it here in front of your men, but it sounds like it's going to be an issue for me if my unit's being challenged to a duel by nobility, Lyran nobility.
Understood, sir.
Very well. Staff Sergeant McGurk, you get a message on your communicator from Chief Petty Officer Devardian.
Who's that?
It's the
That's
the head of the
that's
Marines
lady.
head
and the
Marine.
new
Okay.
the new senior
Mhm,
enlisted.
mhm.
lady that replaced her. Yes.
Yep.
This is a message or a call?
It's a message.
Okay.
Just letting you know that after having spoken to several members of the unit, that your behavior vastly changed upon her arrival, and that if you want to continue walking around in Hawaiian shirts and drinking on the beach, it's perfectly okay. This is retirement for her too, and just do whatever you need to get it done.
Yeah, I sent her a message back that she's more than welcome to join me for mojitos in the morning on the beach.
All right, she just sends you back a thumbs up emoji.
Sweet.
Instead of a fist fight, maybe you could have challenged the woman to a children's card game.
Draw 4.
Lose a turn with this skip card. I actually have a card nearby. With this skip card.
I actually have a Yu-Gi-Oh card somewhere in my room right now. It's a freaking Cypher.
Of course. It's Exodia the Forbidden One.
No, it's Cypher.
The executive producer. I feel like that's a good place to end for tonight. Let me figure out your experience. It's going to be more substantial than normal.
Is this the end of another arc or no?
It is the end of another arc.
Okay.
You still have this job of cadre to finish.
Yeah, till the new year.
Till the new year. But this was a significant campaign move forwardiness. So I guess I would say it's not a new arc. You're not in Arc 3 yet, but you're in Arc 2.5. We're going to spend a lot of time on this planet, apparently.
Was
At least 2 or 3 more
10?
episodes. Episode 11, according
This
to
was
my
episode
notes.
11?
Yeah, that's what my notes say.
I have to go back and look at my records, and I may have missed one session's worth of XP somewhere.
You guys did well with all the fucking combat. That was a lot of combat.
It's quite an outstanding success, honestly.
That was close.
Considering that 3 people that could have seriously died in a moment.
We took a lot of damage,
yeah.
which will be very expensive, but with all the salvage we got, I feel like we
Thankfully,
definitely ended up in the red or in the
The
green.
vast majority of our damage was just armor.
Yeah.
I mean, your
It was
unit is
really spread out.
your unit is still out for the next month and a half. Like
Right.
your battle, pretty much
It
only the
should've been a
Wyvern and the
lot worse.
Panthers are the only one that can go on the battlefield. Technically,
Wyvern
I guess the
Wolverine?
Wolfhound can also.
And
Yeah,
the
the
battle,
Wolfhound
and the
would-
battle,
One arm combat it.
and the battle master. We have like a lance worth of mechs still available.
No one has actually successfully piloted that Battlemaster yet. Over 11 episodes.
Yeah, no
Wait,
one's
is it like free to use at any point?
Yeah.
Feel like it?
Not really.
I don't think so, because that's like
Isn't
the
that like the
captain's thing.
captain's mech?
Yeah. So here's the thing. I haven't mentioned it yet. The captain can't pilot Battlemechs. I feel
No,
like
you've mentioned
Yeah.
mentioned that before.
I don't know that it's come up in character, but probably you've all heard about it. He has neurofeedback damage, and so he physically can't balance a mech. So the Battlemaster is his old test Battlemaster that they were using for a prototype.
He's like Idris. He's like Idris Elba from.
yeah. No, he's
Yeah.
exactly like that.
Yeah.
He'll
Can't
all
drift.
get 2 achievements. How many kills did each of you get this session? Sid,
0.
Brad,
Just
I killed the one pilot.
Well,
okay.
he did kill the dude. You killed the dude in the interrogation room too.
Oh yeah, I got that.
I'm not going to give you experience for that. You get 1 extra
That's fine.
experience. Pondo,
I just that.
okay, you get
killing
1
that-
extra experience. English,
Yeah.
I didn't kill anyone.
all right, you guys get
Those-
51 experience.
So
then
that's
the people who got
120
kills. For
Okay,
the
I have
next
121 XP, so I am removing my handicap.
Great, that is a good plan. Sid's just fucking crying on the inside. He's just
damn
like,
it.
I've been
I
waiting.
couldn't- I
Oh,
couldn't
it's like
get rid
looking
of
at
my-
like you.
cusp of getting rid of his broken jaw.
So
ended up
now I
taking-
have 21 unspent XP to build up towards getting rid of my glass jaw.
Rough.
I had 85
So,
XP now.
I'm gonna keep walking around with the cane though. I'm gonna Dr. House this shit.
Fuck.
Oh, when you actually get it fixed, but you keep the cane just because.
Because Cade's a badass, yo.
People don't ask you to do stuff if you're
I
limping
feel
around on a
sorry.
cane.
I really feel sorry for this mercenary company. Whenever we get, if we can, if we don't mess this up before we get control of it,
You should. You should feel bad for them.
because my God.
Yeah. I guess next episode we're gonna open with the life story of First Lieutenant Maxwell Harridan. I'm gonna need everybody's skills. So send that to me on Discord. I'll figure out what skills you guys need, but I'll need the numbers, and we'll see how much you get paid for the month of June, and what new ranks you might have.
Okay,
sure.
so
Almost certainly, Bandito is going to get promoted, just from sheer weight of murder.
Murder is good.
I think
I
I'm
mean,
the only. I'm the
In
ace
a role
now
play
as
game
well.
only.
Yeah.
Have to be clear there.
So many
I got my-
qualifiers need to be said tonight. It's pretty bad.
Yeah, I got my first mech kill through this battle, so I was
Yeah.
happy.
You did.
Freaking headshot.
It's a pretty sweet shot too.
Yeah, just instantly disintegrated the cockpit.
A lot of it's yeah. It's a
All
lot
I
of
was a
luck.
damage soak.
Oh god, yeah.
Yeah.
Freaking 10
But
damage.
you took my job essentially for some odd reason.
Well,
for that
I am in a medium mech, just like
You're
you
in a
are. I could
long-range
take
mech,
a
though.
decent, yeah, but I could take a decent amount of punishment.
Yeah.
It ended up working out
Barely.
Yeah.
just as I figured it would.
Thankfully, I was able to murder that Phoenix Hawk.
See, that was my plan. I knew we were going to need some close-up brawling with the second wave of mechs. So my thought was for me to soak up as much of the damage as I could with the first wave, so I could stand back and pot shot when the final wave came through.
My plan. I'm
And
going
then you
in.
fell on your ass.
And then I fell on my ass.
Just want to remind you of that.
And took way more damage than I intended to. And 2 through armor crits.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
couldn't
It was
hit
not
the broadside of the barn.
not a great showing for you.
Wait, no, wait. Did I hit mech with my SRMs
Yes.
and
Yeah.
hit
Yeah,
it was
you hit
torso?
with every missile.
Was it the torso one or was
It
Yeah.
was you blew off the guy.
That was when you blew off the right torso
Oh,
and the
yeah,
right
that-
arm.
yeah,
and
the
then
right
you
arm.
hit some of the center torso as well.
Yeah, that was you that got the freaking ammo. Yeah,
I snuck in the
Freaking
SRMs to the
freaking ammo seeker. That's
That reminds me. All of you can add. I don't know what it's called. Just put a -2 trait point to all of your character sheets for Hunted by the Malthus organization.
sweet.
And the only way to you can't buy experience out of this. The only way to fix it would be to find a way in story to solve this problem.
Okay. So
Kill the rest of
horribly
them.
slaughter the entire Malthus family. Got
We're
it.
on the same page. Yep.
Right. Should have known it's a role playing game. You're all
Arthur, give us
psychopaths.
Don't look at me.
focus for
Don't look at me.
next
Didn't say anything about that.
All right. Well, I know that I'm basically going to be pouring all of my points into martial arts from now on until I have like a +8 and can beat up anyone.
I think I might invest into piloting. I think I'm pretty much good with mech stuff except for piloting.
yeah. I'm pretty all right with my gunnery at the moment.
I need to see what the second job is though. I'll invest in that mostly.
What
Okay.
He had, he had a +6.
Yep.
What a dick.
2 ahead. I might increase either my soldier or
He's a boss, so he's going to have higher stats than your average minion. you know.
Indeed.
Well, I have a 5. I have a 5 now. So
Don't worry, I've been plotting the murder
close.
of my nemesis, but right now I cannot legally do it.
Everyone gets to advance all their stuff, and I have to spend 100 XP to remove a negative trait.
I'm saving my 85.
This makes me feel good.
You got shot in the head a lot.
I did.
He only got
I
shot in the head
sure did.
once.
He took. I mean, he walked away
he
with
took damage
3.
from.
Yeah.
Just twice.
No, you got the first damage from falling on your
From
ass.
falling, yeah.
The second damage was you getting shot in the head.
He had 3 damage on his head, though, right?
Yeah,
It's because of
Yeah.
it's because of the glass jaw thing.
No.
It was the machine guns. All the different machine guns hitting his fucking
Yeah,
head.
it's the machine guns
Yep.
that popped my
might go
What
up
else?
and
You wanted to
increase-
become a teacher, right? Rad, you wanted to be like a
the trainer, yeah.
trainer. That's what it was. Let me go find it.
Training
Let's-
very bottom.
Yeah, basic training.
Oh, wait.
Let's do some outros. Rad, let's start with you.
I am Raddosaurus. I super enjoyed tonight's episode. I thought it was a great mix of both mech combat and out of character shenanigans. I'm sorry for my bad connection tonight.
It just worked out pretty well for the most part.
Yeah, about halfway through, I switched to my hotspot on my phone, and things really cleared up at that point. Also, once I got to close the desktop simulator, it got a lot, or the whatever, you know, what I'm talking about. Simulator, once I got to close the map, things got a lot smoother too. So I wasn't able to keep an eye on chat like I normally do, which kind of bummed me out, but I had a good time anyway. You can catch me on Arthur's Discord or on Twitter if you want to get a hold of me and ask me questions or give me advice and tell me where I should put my points. That would be much appreciated. Or the cool gear that I should buy, because I'm very you could probably tell I'm one of the least experienced people here as far as this game goes. So or maybe I'm even. Maybe Sid's the only one. I don't know. Whatever.
You all have basically the same level of experience at this, and so do I.
I'm nowhere near opposed to receiving advice. So let me know if you think there are ways, if there's things you want to see or ways you think I could improve my play, or just my existence as a cast member. So yeah, other than that, I'm excited to come back and play again next week from my in-laws' house back in my normal spot.
Sid?
Ladies and gentlemen, I am SidAlpha. Thank you all for coming out to watch this. This was an awesome episode. Had a ton of fun. Thank you guys. And big thanks to Pondo for saving the day in the mech combat. If you hadn't popped that ammo, then things would have gone much, much worse for us.
It's what I'm here for, getting those cheap kills.
Cheap kills are the best
Have
kills.
ammo, I'll find it. But until there's case around, then I can't do much.
It's going to be a while to that.
We've got a while before we have to start worrying about case. So I think you're safe with your ammo seeking weaponry for now. But yeah, got a little bit of got to dip the toe a little bit into Harridan's backstory and find out that there's more going on there in the Lyran government than people might first assume. So that was a lot of fun. I look forward to exploring that more and seeing how that develops. So yeah, all in all, I had a lot of fun. I don't like having to waste my XP on negative traits, but next time I should just avoid getting hit so much and I wouldn't have to worry about it. I think that is the best plan. Just not get hit. You don't have to worry about dealing with that stuff.
Yeah, just be like me and not hardly get hit at all.
Yeah.
You guys got shot in the head a lot this game.
Yeah. Everyone except for me got shot in the head.
With the amount of headshots that we've had, I'm amazed Rad's character survived.
Yeah.
I thought we were going to be staring at a gutted
Rad
crab
was
cockpit.
2 damage away. Like that machine gun, if it hit his head, he'd be dead.
Yeah.
It would have been death.
I think machine guns deal bonus damage to infantry too.
I think so too.
They're really, really good at killing people.
I mean, his cockpit only had 2 health.
That's really
bad.
Thing. Pondo.
Yeah, I had fun tonight. I'm Pondothemad. Pondothemad. I stream on Twitch sometimes. Right now it's just once a week. Maybe it will be more in the future. Show going on right now called Streets of New Chicago. Had an episode this week, which was good. Yeah, I'm having fun and hopefully making my character less sucky in terms of the Battlemech stuff. Despite what it seems like in mech, I'm still maybe okay. My mech doesn't do that much damage, unfortunately.
All right.
Yeah, maybe.
You say that, and yet you have more mech kills than the rest of your unit combined.
I have 6. I think everybody else has I think Rad
He's our
has
kill
2.
securer.
Yeah.
I have 2 or 3, I think.
I think Rad has 2 or 3.
I really am not a fan of the Wolverine, but you're fucking destroying tons of people with that shit.
It's been working out mostly because I've been able to hit the ammo.
Yeah. You've been looking out constantly.
And the other time was, I think, with the one mech during where we were just being blockade. I think the one guy was out of his mech, and I hit the mech, and he just fell off, which was hilarious. But most of it has just been,
a lot of punching. A whole lot of punching.
Yeah. When I heard that I could punch and kick, that was a game changer.
Yeah, but now that we know that if you miss a kick, you fall over, that's bad news.
I could still, at least I can still punch. I just can't use my AC 5,
sure.
but at close range, it's useless anyway.
That's because AC5s are useless, as are AC2s. The true master is the AC10 and the AC20.
Mm-hmm.
Listen, rifleman pilots know what I'm talking about. Tiny guns are dumb and stupid. Okay, here's the thing about riflemen's. They were designed with the rules where if an aerospace unit gets shot, it has to roll to see if it drops out of the sky a certain distance, and so they wanted lots of little small guns to plink away at it and force it to make drop rolls until it crashed. The problem is that it sucks at doing literally everything else, and it tends to suck at its job too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we saw that when you tried to integrate normal mech battles with aerospace.
I mean, don't worry, aerospace battles are making a comeback soon.
Yeah.
Goody. Look forward to that.
I mean,
that one ship
so here's the thing. I don't really know how vehicle combat works that well, and I have no idea how battle armor combat with like elementals works. So I'm probably going to be going on the Battletech Reddit and asking people to explain it to me.
Remember when I talked about wanting to do a pilot as a character?
Yeah, an aerospace pilot. Is that who you drew up as your secondary?
No, but I guess it could be.
Or you could start training to become a pilot.
It seems like I'll take the entire campaign to become halfway decent at it, though.
Sure. But it'd be bitching when you do it, right? You're like, I'm just as good a Mechwarrior as you, but also I can climb in a jet fighter and blast off into space.
Drop 7 bombs that could do 10 damage each potentially.
I meant more like when you all are fucking dying, he just ejects out of his mech and then climbs in his aerospace fighter and flies away.
Aerospace fighter's got to be
grabs his X-wing.
That's exactly what I need.
Oh wait, no, he can't because he's freaking G-force inclined.
What would I need? I would need piloting piloting aerospace
and gunnery aerospace.
Gunnery aerospace.
Mm-hmm.
It's only 2 skills to pump. It's actually not that hard.
That's what you need to operate. I mean, sensor operation should carry over as well. So
yeah.
I would need probably navigation, air, or space.
I mean, you probably don't need those things as long as you have a good navigation officer to guide you.
Yeah.
He's going to have to get rid of this.
That's like what I really want to do is fly upside down in a canyon.
yeah.
Blindfolded.
You might want to pump a little bit more into that.
English, what do you got going on?
I'm Englishmudkip. I was streaming about 5 hours ago. You can find me on @arrow. Not Arrow, that's my old Twitter. At Englishmudkip on Twitter, as well as Englishmudkip on Twitch. I'm getting into a better stream schedule. I'll be streaming at about 8 or 9 GMT every day.
Okay. I don't know what that means.
That's
like 4 or 5 hours ahead?
Yeah. And I stream retro games, and I'll be doing the Dead Space series.
God, I hate that game so much. That's the one where instead of shooting people in the head or center of the body, you have to shoot their limbs off?
Yeah.
God, it's infuriating.
I liked the first one. The second one was okay.
Not for me.
I was like, I've spent my whole life training for this moment, shooting center of mass. Bad. And then the game's like, you have to shoot all the wacky limbs off. And I'm like, fuck, I literally can't do it. My instinct is to immediately shoot the center of the body.
The weapons do help with that, though, because, like, all AoE...
Like weird buzzsaw shit.
Yeah, they're, like, all weapons designed to cut off limbs. You could just cut off the head and legs and still die.
Wow. It's sad, Rad. You're much better at basic training than you are at being a Mechwarrior. by a wide margin.
You got to remember, I didn't go to like a mech school.
I know,
right?
you went to infantry school.
I was such a good infantryman, and I was so good on the battlefield as an infantry soldier that they're like, what would happen if we put this guy in a giant robot? So like, I haven't been a mech pilot for very long.
Yeah, I've been a mech pilot as long as I could remember.
Everybody else went to school for it. I did not.
All right, Sergeant of Hard Knocks.
That's right. I'm learning as I go.
I'm Arthur Perkins. This has been AP Gaming Real. Thanks for all of the subs and the donations tonight. Hopefully we got underway in time for those of you who donated that were mad that we hadn't started yet. Pretty much just blame everybody for showing up late, except for me, because I'm glorious and I always show up exactly on
I
time.
was here on time.
Look, I knew I could bait them into that shit.
I had some IRL stuff to do. I'll take the blame for that this time.
I mean, we
Good.
got underway at a good time, about 50 minutes past the hour.
Yeah.
So I think we'll be back next week. Sid and I have a new show going up on Saturday. It Stars Without Numbers, a merchant trading
Indeed.
spaceship game. So if you want to watch more Sid, check us out there. Or if you want to watch more me, I guess, if that's what
Which you
like.
should.
Not that you want to or anything, Baka. There it is. I got him. I knew if I waited long enough.
Are you waiting for one to shake the head?
I was waiting for someone to break on the tsundere. Yeah, next week we could be looking at some heavy mech combat. We'll finally see some heavies and assaults on a battlefield.
Shit.
Look at all these maddies being mad. I want to thank Sid for letting me make Blake Marsden, because I gave this guy some glorious stats. We'll find out more next week.
I am thrilled that this person has glorious stats.
I thought he had to have the same as I thought he was
His enemy level was good enough that he's actually better than Deathwish by like
okay.
20%.
Yep.
And since he didn't get introduced until now, that means he's 20% better than Harridan is right now.
Yeah.
So it makes a lot of sense.
So he's not that much better.
Wow.
So 20% better. He's still a little bit worse than Bandito.
I mean, at this point,
He's got like 1,200 experience points on you.
Okay.
Yeah. So just a little worse than Bandito.
Wow.
Well, because remember, I had to dump a crap load of experience into wealth and
He's
all
also a
sorts of stuff.
baron. And he mentioned owning a security company.
well, I'm sure that got him all kinds of extra stuff.
Yeah, like being a baron and having a security company. All right. We'll be back next week. Check it out. Have a good night.